All right, woohoo, we're here. Happy Wednesday.
Happy September. Oh my God.
Why don't you have a magnet?
No, because it's gonna go die cut. Happy September. They can hear me now.
Oh, good. All right, so we have a quick project to share with you from a newer vendor for us.
Love a quick project.
So we're just going to kind of do basics today, and then you can decorate as you wish afterwards, and I may do some of that afterwards. It just we're going to assemble and decorate basics today.
We'll see how time is.
And see how time goes. And so anyways, this is a really cool set here. It actually makes 3 folios from one package, and it makes one that's in craft, one black, and one white. So you'll notice up here, when you do look for the CrafTreat folios, do look, because some of them are black, some of them are craft, or some of them have 2 that are black craft or black and white. Just kind of depends on what their packaging is. They have basic instructions here, but when you open it up, it comes out. Sam, can you hand me my packet over there? That's
This one?
Yeah. When you open up your package, you actually have full picture instructions, because I know a lot of crafters just like to look at a picture and figure it out. So we're gonna do that, but we're also going to put it together so that you can see how easy it is, because you know some people need both the pictures and the video. So I am using Santa's Christmas delivery from Echo Park to decorate today.
Personally, my favorite Echo Park Christmas this year.
This one is probably their cutest one. I love
I say Echo Park because I can't say favorites altogether because they each have a favorite line.
Exactly. So so we're going to use papers from this collection, and then if I have time, I'll decorate with some stickers, but that might just be pictures later for you. Okay? So let's get started. So when you open it up, there'll be question?
No.
Okay. When you open it up, you'll want to pull out like all the pieces for the white. I guess you can mix and match. If you wanted to make it a black and white one, you could do that. But I personally like to have my base being cohesive. But you know, that's there again, personal preference. They are all scored for you.
I wonder if you could put them like as signatures in a folio, in a larger folio.
You probably could make, if you were making another bigger folio, you probably could put this as another like
this way
folio inside of a folio. You would have, it is about 3/4 of an inch thick, so you would have to allow some room for that.
You'd have to make your own cover and make it be thicker, which is doable.
It's doable. So, but this would make great little gifties, because you could, they have a couple of diagonal pockets in here, so you could literally add maybe pictures from a event, and then include a gift card and a special little note or something.
That, or have it be where they add their own photos. And what I love doing is including a like Shutterfly gift card in there.
That would be great.
So that they can go and print their own photos.
Or Walgreens does.
Right. Any like photo print company.
So.
But that way they can go and they're not spending their own money to add photos to this. It's.
So, and all of the pages are, the photo mats are 4x6. So technically I would cut down my photos a little bit, or maybe use wallet size photos, just to have a little more decorating space, I guess. So let's get started. I do have my ruler out here just because I was measuring to make sure I got my pages correct. I did make one of these over the weekend, so I and was like, oh, it's really easy. So I'm going to start by putting my cover aside and the pieces for my cover. So the cover is the only thing that's like larger than 4x6, and they're 6¼ by 4¼ for my the papers that I cut, except for the little flap, which was 1¾ by 6¼ and then I did 1/2 inch for the little gussets. There again, once you make one, it's really easy just to measure it out because it's literally very easy to do. But these pages, they actually tell you to cut your paper to 4¼ or 4x6, and you're perfect. And so then you just need to score on those score lines. In the directions, they show decorating your pages to be at the beginning. I like to glue them in my book first, but that's me. You might find it easier to decorate your pages first. I just feel like some of my papers need to be a certain direction. So what if I glue it in upside down? This way I know that which way they're going in my album, and it just makes more sense for me. So, and it does include, the packet does include 3 magnets and 3 discs, metal discs, so that you can use that to hold your little folio closed. So I'm going to put that off to the side so I don't lose it, but I'm going to start by putting my pages in my folio base. And here you can use your favorite glue, or you can use score tape. I'm using glue, score tape. I don't know what I'm using. I've got score tape here. I'll use score tape, but I probably will put a little glue over it too, because I feel like it's really heavy, like 110 pound or 300 and something GSM, 300 and I don't know, probably 300 GSM. So I just feel like I want to use both the glue and the tape for this project, just to make sure that.
I think it's also coated paper.
Sam thinks that it has the coat paper has a little bit of a coating on it too, so that's probably why it sometimes needs a little bit of both. So I could tear that, but you know. Some days are just. And then from here, they have one going like this on the top and one going the opposite direction on the bottom. So I am going to just give this a little bit of a burnish here because it feels like it's a little off, and that will help. And I'm not sure how they make these, because I was like looking. It's almost like that maybe they have created like our big AccuCut kind of dies for it, because it does feel like it's a rounded, like a die cut. It's definitely not laser cut. So again, I can't imagine that somebody cuts and scores these all day for you. Yeah, especially for that price, for the price point. Do they still have your mic on?
Nope.
So they can't.
No, I'm die cutting. I don't want to make too much noise.
Yeah, Sam is die cutting our Expo Make and Take. So any of you that still need a ticket for Expo, we do have just a couple left. There are no holds on that because we've got burned in the past. But if you are come in, we can get you an Expo ticket at a reduced price here. And that will have the I support pin. And here again, I want to make sure that before I glue it in there, I want to make sure that I burnish this. So Sam does not have my comment screen up, so I don't know if anybody's making comments. She is watching, so she will let me know. Okay. So now let's go back and we'll put one here and one here. And somewhere over here, hopefully, I have my tweezers. There they are, so that I can remove my score tape. These are tweezers that the tips have been a little mangled. So then you're going to just take that flap there with the fold and line it right up, centering it. You're going to line the fold up with the edge here, and you're going to center it top to bottom. And when you find your place, give it a little push. There you go. Now I'm burnishing it in place so that it's stuck, it stays. Yay. So now we have our first one. We're going to do the same thing for the second one, only we're going to do it on the top. And I give my score tape one more little burnish before I peel off the backing. And there again, we're going to line up that fold edge right along the edge of our folio, and we're going to center it top to bottom. So you can see where those score lines are. And there we go. I'm going to give this a quick burnish on this side and then open it up and do another burnish. And good. Now, before we go too much further, forget about putting my magnet on, we're going to put our magnet on. So I like to do a little bit of you could do a glue dot. I just use my score tape and put it on the back of my magnet. And center it. And I don't like to be too close to the top. And then I'm going to, this little metal disc that they give you in here, I'm going to put that there on the bottom, on top of that magnet again, and take a piece of score tape and put it on the back side. Or you could use a glue dot. Now this is the trickiest part because I can never get this to peel off. But use my tweezers and boop, got it. So now we're going to put this back down here. I want to make sure and close this up. I want to make sure it's all nice and straight. And then I like to take my finger and give it a push. So now, and that it's kind of nice having that larger little ring there. So it has a little bit more space to grab. We're going to cover that up with paper. I mean, personally, seems to be good to me. All right, now we're ready. Their folio is made. Now we just get to decorate. How fun. Was that easy? Was that quick? Super quick. All right. I don't like talking to myself. All right, so now we get to choose what papers we put where. And since these are all from the same line, they all coordinate. So I think I'm just going to go for it. Though I do, it has 2 diagonal pockets. And they tell you to cut a 4-inch square, but if you forget and don't, maybe you don't have the directions with you, if you put this together to make it look like a square, you can measure from here to here and reduce it by 1/4 inch. So I think it's 4 1/4 this way. So then I just cut a 4-inch square. And then to make it work for your pockets, you're just going to put it in as a diagonal. So point to point. And this one, you do want to make sure you're using a non-directional paper so that you could use both sides. I mean, you don't have to use both sides, but this way you have two options, so you can, and a non-directional paper just makes it way easier. So I'm going to put those aside so when I decide where I'm going to put my pockets, I think I'm going to put the plaid towards the back. And so here. Now, this is white, so I didn't want to ink my edges. Of course, you are more than welcome to do that. I just felt that it would almost, because I would have done it in brown, it would almost look dirty, like I had fingerprints all over it. So that's kind of why I went with not inking. Now I did one over the weekend and I did ink it, but it was on Craft and I inked it with a teal color. And that's a little too low on the bottom here.
I thought to ink it in color.
Oh yeah. Sam's like, oh, I never thought about inking it in color. Because I was using a paper that was pink with a little bit of teal in it, that's why I used it. So, I don't know. I just thought it looked good when I tried it on the scrap paper. So, and then you get to choose. Oh, this green would look really good next to my plaid, so I'll do that. And then while I was prepping, I did not prep to put on the inside, which I should have. My inside covers. I can use what I was going to use on the outside on the inside. And then decorate later. And then from here, this paper worked out really great. But this is how cute that is. And I could put that right here. I'm going to use the squares. Because maybe you don't want to put pictures everywhere. It's kind of one of those things. It's up to you. It's up to your recipient. So, yeah, so we're just, wallpapering our pages. And you can see how fast that is. Now we have these two to do. Maybe do the gingerbread and the plaid. I think that works. Some people I've heard right in the middle of when they're gluing. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never really thought about it. I usually just do squiggles.
Sign my name sometimes.
Sam says sometimes she signs her name. So, some hearts. So I'm just literally wallpapering my pages. So, I mean, this one you could do, this, we're doing Christmas today, but what would this be fun to do as a little birthday? And then they could put their birthday party pictures in afterwards. And so, look at how cute that is. Okay. I am going to put, I don't really feel that this, I mean, it goes together, but it doesn't go together in my head because it's too much pink and there's really not much pink on that. So I think I'm going to add the candy canes on the outside here to tie in those reds. And I cut this because the back side is those 4x6 cards. So I cut it on the card so that, because I am using one as a, to put in my pocket. So. Any other comments, questions? All right. Yeah, it's been a few weeks. We've been so crazy lately. I'm gonna use the red snowflake. Since I had used the plaid on the other side. And I think that this red would look good next to those candy canes. Give it a little burnish. So, there you go. And then on here, I think I'm going to do the ornaments, and then I'll use this inside here, we'll use this. I don't know, that way it just kind of, and I used the plaid over there. Yeah, perfect.
Good plaid.
It's a really good plaid. Tone on tone kind of, it's like a gray and red.
I like the green and red plaid too.
It could be. Yeah. It is. All right, so there we go. So now we have.
Or ask if you're going to put a pocket on.
All right, next we're going to do a pocket. Because that's the next part of the project. So I have, it comes with the 2 pockets. This one, you just literally score, fold on those score lines. Like so. It does overlap a little bit on the side, so I like to cut that off. And before I glue my pocket down, I do want to, if I was putting this here, do I want to do the plaid or do I want to do the snowflakes? Choices. I kind of like the snowflakes. So I'm going to do the snowflakes. And I'm going to peel off this score tape here, maybe. These tweezers have damage points. It makes it a little bit frustrating. And then I like to add, because of the corner overlaps a little bit, I'm going to add just a little dot of glue there and hold this in place for a second, because it will help me lay it down. Okay, so now we could put the pocket here, or we can put the pocket here. I think I'm going to go this way. So I'm just laying it up right with the edge of the cardstock paper, of the page, like so. And then I'm going to give it a good burnish. And I'm going to go and open up my back side. Oh, I got another page to do back here. And do the same. Burnish, because we don't want that pocket popping off. And while that glue on my corner dries, I'm going to go ahead and add. Oh, I didn't use Santa. That's all right. I'll use them on another project. Because I really like the way the gingerbread goes here with the little brown. I know. Sometimes that double-sided paper, love it and hate it at the same time. Though I really can't imagine only buying single-sided paper anymore.
Do you think I need more than 52?
Sam's asked me if she thinks I need more than 52. And I'm like, I don't really know. All right, fun. All right, now let's put our triangle. So we'll have just a little bit of white border on there. All right. Look at how cute that is. Now let's do our top pocket. Now I'm going to do it on the inside here, on this side here. So there again, we're going to fold on those score lines. Give it a good burnish, because this is really heavyweight cardstock. Cut off my little flaps. If you were putting the pocket on and then inserting the pattern paper, you wouldn't necessarily have to cut those flaps off. This is the way my brain works. Your brain may work differently, and I didn't add a little bit of glue in there, and I really feel like the glue really does help hold that corner, because right here. There again, you're going right up to that, right up to the edges. Good burnish. And this might be a little controversial because we're doing a plaid with a plaid. I don't know. I think it works. Or we can do the snowflake. Sam says plaid on plaid, so we're gonna go for it. It'll be like a 1970s things when you'd wear stripes and plaids together. And boom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna decorate the outside of the folio, and then I will I did cut, this is one of those journaling cards. I did cut it a little bit smaller, about a 1/4 inch smaller, and so that it would fit in my pocket here, and it had a journal. It had lines for journaling, so that it fits in there. And then I also did some of the 3x4 cards that we could then put inside the pocket that way. This one does have, it's cocoa and cookie season, and then it has a little journaling in there. So I just thought you could definitely put wallets on here. So that would be super fun. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate the outside, and I'll see how time goes for. And I did choose to do the cookie theme for the outside. So I'm going to put like so, and then I like to add a little bit of extra glue right onto that disc, or if you're using magnet to magnet, the magnet, I think it just helps hold it. So, and I'm just going to lay this down on here, and feels pretty good. So there's that. This little gusset on the bottom here, I am going to, I cut the brown, that's the cottage gingerbread houses that were on the little stands that we put on the inside, and I'm just, the back side was the kind of like the I think it as frosting, loop-de-loop frosting. And then on the back side, I'm going to put loop-de-loop frosting. Now here you need to decide. I think I'm going to go that way because it looks, that kind of like goes in the flow. And then I would cut those little, these are little 1/2-inch strips to put on the inside of my folio, also in those little gusset areas, just to cover up some of the white. Give it a good burnish here. And then we're going to do the same here with this one in that top area. And we're almost done. Okay, now closes, super cute. Okay, then I have chosen the red snowflake, and this has a rounded corner, so I did go in the studio and found a corner, multi-corner rounding, and this is an R10, so I think that's a 10mm corner, which seemed to work the best to match up. And then we can, I'll do the same thing for the inside to cover the magnets. There we go. So, I guess I could, oh, I'm not going to use Santa. I didn't use him anywhere else. So, And I'm pretty sure that if you wanted to add a little extra bits in here, I'm sure you could. Okay, I'm gonna do plaid. There's more over there. It's not.
Not long enough?
It is long enough. I think this one was 6 1/4. So 6 1/4. Yep, by 1 3/4. Doing it this way. There again, we're going to round our corners on this one, but we're going to want to make sure we're getting the right corner, so we're going to put it, it's going to go here, so I want to do the top corners. So, and then there again, I like to add a little extra glue on that.
Magnets are thick.
These are magnets. I don't. They do appear to be a little thicker than what we normally carry. I'm just going to add a little extra glue in there and hold it in place. Of course, if you use tape, it would probably work, you know, work just as well and maybe hold it a little bit better in place. There, that goes there. But there we go. And then we get to decorate with all the fun stickers. Their magnet is a little bit thicker. Because, there.
But you can replace your magnets and use those ones for sloppy copies.
There you go. So there we go. How quick was that? We did, what, 40 minutes?
37 minutes, yeah.
And that's with, I mean, if I wasn't chatting.
Jennifer said what a wonderful project.
If I wasn't chatting, we probably could have done it faster. So, well, thank you all for watching today. We'll go ahead and decorate these and have fun, and it'll be out on the floor for you to look at and take pictures. So, we'll see you hopefully in the store soon. If not, we'll see you at Expo. We'll be there.
I'm saying Friday for live.
Oh, Friday for live. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we have a lot of new simple stories to share with you. So and photo play.
And uniquely.
Oh, and uniquely. Oh, so many things.
It's a busy week for paper.